What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades. And today, guys, we are not going to talk about a blade. We're going to talk about a tool that I got in recently here at Baz on Blades. It is a firearms tool, and what we have for you today is the NC Star VISM front and rear sight pusher tool, and it is a honka burning love as far as tools go, guys. You are looking at an investment of about $80 on this tool to be able to push and change your front and rear dovetail sights on your semi-auto pistols. If you like to change all your sights over to night sights like Baz on Blades does, you've got an extensive collection of semi-autos. You can pick up this tool, change out 3 sets of sights, guys, and the tool is paid for itself. I believe with proper use and care, this is it may not look like it, guys, but I would consider this to be an heirloom type of tool. It is very stoutly made and could be passed down from generation to generation, guys. Now, we'll take this, we're going to set it off to the side here. We're going to take a look at the packaging very quickly. It's going to come in a cardboard box here, guys. You can see the front of the box here. We'll turn over to the back of the box. You can pause and read at these points, and we'll go over all these points in the video. We'll open this up because this sight pusher tool, we're going to throw the box off to the side there, guys. This sight pusher tool comes in a zipper pouch, and what you're going to find on the inside, it's got this die cut and glued together foam set, guys, that fits the sight so perfectly that I'm not going to try to take it in and out of this in front of the camera. It's sort of hard to get in and out of there, guys. It does include some additional parts here. There is a magnetic riser over here. We're going to take out because I'm going to show you what it's used for later. And right here, you've got a couple of extra inserts for your slide clamps, and I'm going to show you on the tool again what those will be used for. And they are flat inserts. You can see they have a flat face here, guys. The inserts that are currently in the pusher are angled face for those slides that are not flat sided, that they have angled sides on them, and that's quite a few, guys. So this is nice. This is nice, guys. $80. I would have paid $80 for the tool in a brown paper bag. It's pretty doggone decent tool, guys, and you get this zipper pouch and the inserts and whatnot to just expand it out. I think at $80 it's a good deal. Now this thing is it's big and it's heavy, guys, and I'm going to show you how heavy it is. Let's bring in the scale here, and we're going to turn the scale on, and I should have it set on pounds, guys, pounds. 3 3/4 pounds. Picking up this tool is like picking up a brick. I guarantee I could beat at least a medium-sized or maybe small rhinoceros to death with this tool, guys. It literally is that heavy and that substantial of a tool. Like I'm saying, it is very well made for the price, guys, because professional sight pusher setups, although they might be a little more refined in wide range of usage and build quality, they are extremely expensive. I would imagine for just the most common pistols on the market, you're looking to spend a couple of few $100s just on sight pusher tool to be, at the professional level. I wouldn't use this tool in a commercial use, guys, but for private use, I think that it is a fantastic tool. It's actually the best one that I have seen on the market, and I've actually used it, and it worked fantastically. It does have some limitations, and we'll try to go over those, but it does have a lot of strong suit also, guys. Now, it features 2 different pusher blocks. The pusher block in the back is a wide open design that is for your rear pusher. You can see it marked right here. Oh, On the other side, guys, you've got it marked for your front pusher, and you will notice right here there is a tab sticking down on the inside of that pusher block, and that is to fit down in the narrower dovetail on a front sight, guys. So when you push, you're pushing against the base of the sight down in the dovetail rather than the blade of the sight. You don't want to be pushing on the blade of your sight. What you'll end up doing is breaking the blade off of the sight, and the base will still be in the dovetail. And you don't want that to happen, guys, because you will be in there with a punch and a hammer beating that thing out at that point if you just don't take it to somebody and pay them to do it. Now, we do have a riser here. Guys, I wanted to bring in a slide from one of my pistols and show you, but it's so incredibly hard to manipulate everything and hold this thing in front of the camera. Now, I'm sitting here holding this, guys. This is like holding nearly a 5-pound dumbbell, and that doesn't seem like a lot, you know, for somebody that is so big and strong like Baz on Blades. But I'm here to tell you guys, I'm not as strong as I look. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. So that aside, it's too hard to manipulate in front of the camera is what I'm getting at, guys. So we're going to use a block of wood, and what we've got here, this is a Smith & Wesson piece of walnut. It's not actually Smith & Wesson, guys. I just picked out the name of a gun manufacturer. And we're going to slide that in here, and I'm going to show you a few things. Now, this riser is going to set the height of your slide in there, guys. So you're going to manipulate the riser to bring the slide up and down, and what you're wanting to do is balance between these side clamp points here. And then you've got a top clamp that's going to come down. It'll clamp down on your slide at the top. So what you've got is support from the bottom that's adjustable for different heights of slide. You've got support at the side here with a clamping surface. And then you've got support at the top with a clamping surface to clamp your slide in there. Now, if you are trying to push out a set of sights and the clamping surface that you have with this setup is not sufficient, you cannot get enough clamping force on it because the sights are so tight, guys. Then what you've done, you've moved beyond what this tool is intended for, and you need to take your slide to a professional that's got a professional setup and have them do it. You don't want to take a chance on damaging your slide because it costs a lot more money to have a slide repaired and refinished than it would just to have a sight pushed, guys. Most places will push a sight for $20 a sight or $30 a set. So that's not bad. Now, this tool did work very well for me on my Taurus G2C on the rear sight, and the plastic sight came out, the factory plastic sight came out easily. The steel sight was just like any other channel set steel sight that I've ever seen. It was tough getting it back in. It was a tight fit, guys, and I did have to use some force on this tool. And I am here to tell you it worked perfectly in that application. Now, will it work with every pistol ever made under the sun, no matter what? No, it won't, guys. It is a sort of a jack of all trades type of tool. It's a universal tool. And what universal means is I'll probably work on 98% of everything pretty doggone well. The other 2%, it's up to you, buddy. That's pretty much what universal means, and it applies here also, guys. Do I think that this will probably work with most common semi-auto pistols, your 1911s, all your striker fire pistols, all of those guys? I think that it will. And there's a couple of things here that you can do to help it out. Now, you're going to see here in your side clamping system here, you've got a fixed point on this side, and it is angled. This is a polymer cap over aluminum. You can pull it off and flip it over to where instead of, you know, having the surface like this, let's see if I can do this in front of the camera, guys. We're going to flip it over and just reverse the wide point and narrow point on that. There you go, guys. You can see that the inserts on this side, they are dovetailed. They do come out, and that's where we go into the inserts that we had that were in the packaging that had, instead of the angled face, they had the flat face. So between being able to flip this side over and it being the stationary side, and this side being able to change the inserts, you can flip these inserts over, the angled ones, and then you've also got the flat inserts. You can get clamping force on just about any shape of slide, guys. Now, like I say, you've got your wide pusher block here that's for the rear side. You've got that specialty pusher block on the front that does have the extension for the narrower dovetail on your front side. I think it's a pretty doggone adjustable, universal tool. You can accommodate all types of slide heights. You've got your top clamp that we're going to talk about a little bit. It's the only negative thing I'm going to say about this sight pusher, guys, and that is just a very small niggly thing. Look right here. That is a rubber cap at the end of this screw. That rubber cap is low quality, and you can see mine split. It split the first time I used it. Now what that is going to do, guys, is it potentially is going to leave the end of this screw exposed, clamping down on the top of your slide. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care how fancy the finish is, it will screw it up double quick. So my recommendation on this sight pusher tool, as far as this little flaw goes, don't worry about this rubber cap. From the first time you use it, use a shim in between this screw and your slide. What I would recommend is doing something like take a nickel and cover both sides of it with electrical tape, 2 or 3 or 4 layers of electrical tape. Set that on top of your slide and then screw the clamp down on top of it. That nickel will spread out the clamping force from this screw. It'll actually make it a stronger clamping surface or clamping area, and it will keep you from marring up your slide. Problem solved, guys. Do that from the first time you use it, because that plastic cap is going to split the first time you use it, guys. It's just a piece of plastic, and you're going to want to clamp that slide in there, because the sights, guys, they're going to be stuck in there really well. You are going to have to put some force on them, and you want that slide clamped down. So that covers all your sort of clamping area adjustments and all of that, guys. You do have scale. I don't know if I can pick that up. The scale right here that allows you to center up. It gives you a reference point for your sight location windage wise, guys, and it is on both sides. I wish it was embossed a little bit differently. It's pretty fine, guys, and my old man eyes have a hard time seeing it. I just got to put on my sexy librarian glasses, and I'm good to go on that. So, just some little niggly points. Now, let's look at the really good stuff about this, guys. It's super heavy duty. It's super heavy duty. You've already seen it. Weighs nearly 4 pounds. All your side walls, your clamping surface to bolt it down to your bench top if you want to do that. You're looking at over 3/8 of an inch here, over 3/8 of an inch here on these sidewall thicknesses. Here, guys, let's pull the calipers of doom here. We're going to go 550 thousandths thickness here. 393, and probably about the same up top here. 407, so over 3/8 of an inch thick here, over a 1/2 an inch here. Your flange for bolting it up, over 3/8 of an inch. It's very, very stocky, guys. Now, our screws here for our pusher blocks are nice, heavy, large screws. You will see here they do not go straight through the aluminum. That would be a no-no. What we've got here are some bronze bushings, guys. Bronze bushings. When is the last time that you bought a tool like this for $80 and it had bronze bushings on it, guys? I've been around quite a bit of tooling before, working around tool and die shops where those guys fab out all their specialty tooling. And this is fairly well made, guys. It's pretty well made. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but I am pretty doggone happy with it. And that's the only reason I'm doing this little overview, guys. Really, the only care and maintenance in this is every time you use it, you need to oil the bushings. Just put a drop of oil on the bushings, guys. That's all it takes. And other than that, there's not really much to take care of. A couple of things that I would like to see changed. I don't know how they would do it, guys, but I would prefer some different way to do this cap on this side here. It's just a polymer cap that slips on over this extension here on the billet or whatever it is. There are some rare earth magnets on the inside to help your slide sort of stay snugged up over there until you get everything set up and adjusted. But this polymer cap is going to crack eventually, guys, especially for those that don't understand the limitations of tools. All of this billet aluminum and tool steel and these big old screws and these T-handles, guys, you can put quite a bit of force on a set of sights with this tool, and you're going to want to clamp that slide in there as tight as you can, but you will have to respect this polymer stuff. Now, if you tighten it down all crazy, you're going to end up cracking this cap, and I don't know if that's a replaceable part. I would like to think that it is, guys. I would like to think that you can get these this cap and then these inserts, that you could get them separately. I have not contacted NC Star. I do not know that for a fact, guys. I would like to think that you could, though. But what you've got to do is, just like any other tool you've got, you don't use your knife as a pry bar. You don't use your ratchet as a hammer. Guys, you got to respect the limitations of tools. If you've got a job that proves too tough for this tool, there's no reason to keep pushing it on this tool. It's a home consumer use tool, guys, but it is very stoutly made for what it is. I mean, look at this, guys. You've got an alignment screw set up here, a spring-loaded alignment screw set up for your clamp bar right here, dual screw clamp bar set up. Look at those big fat bushings on that. Bushed on both ends. Just the work is just really, really clean for $80, guys. It's just really, really clean. I'm really impressed with the quality of this tool. So how do they do it? How do they do it? Well, guys, this tool, as you can see right here, is made in China. Now, NC Star, VISM are American companies, and it's stamped on the box and probably on this tool, and I just don't know where it is, that it is designed in the United States. They are designing their product in the United States. They're having it made in China. And you know what, guys? We just got to get used to that. Just go down to your Walmart and see what you can buy there that's not made in China. It's not going to be much. They don't need a super Walmart to store the stuff that's not Chinese. I can guarantee that. But it is a quality tool, and it gave me no problems, guys. Please, 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 if you get one of these, do not use it the first time without using a shim in between this top clamp screw and your slide. Always use a shim in between them, because that plastic cap is going to break. Period. It is going to break. That screw is going to come through, and that hardened screw, guys, against the finish on your slide will be messed up. It'll be messed up. Let's just keep this at rated G, or try to. It'll be mess up. Anyway, so let's see what we can say about this tool other than that. I wish that I could throw a slide in there and push some sights off, guys, but there's just no way I'm going to set this thing up in front of a camera, especially not being able to edit. You're just going to have to take a look at the tool as I'm presenting it here. Take a look at the sort of shortcomings that I've shown you, and be honest about your usage. If you are the common firearms owner, you own 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 semi-auto pistols, just think about having to pay $30 per pistol to have your sights changed, or paying $80 for this tool you can have the rest of your life. It's a no-brainer to Baz on Blades, guys. There's no major shortcomings in the build quality of this. I don't see any major limitations in the usage. Will it work perfectly for every pistol that's ever been made? No, I doubt it, guys. But will it work on your Glock, or your Smith & Wesson, or your Walther, or your Springfield, or your Taurus, or something like that? It's probably going to work on nearly 100% of those pistols, and pretty much all the pistols those manufacturers have as far as semi-auto pistols. I think it's an extremely solid, big, chunky, impressive tool, guys, and it's $80. It's $80, and you can push your own sights, your dovetail sights, for the rest of your life, guys. You don't have to carry your pistol down to the gun store. You don't know the guy down there that's doing it. What kind of tools is he using? What kind of experience does he have? Are you going to go down there and your $500 or $600 pistol is going to be scratched up or whatnot, and then you got to all fight about that and worry about it? Or do you want to do it yourself, get the enjoyment out of it, save the money doing it, and just have this cool tool, guys? And I'm not joking. When you grab a hold of this tool and pick it up for the first time, it's going to make you smile, because it is literally like picking up a brick, guys. This big old billet of aluminum, these two big tool steel pusher blocks, guys. They're not dainty little pusher blocks. They're big old pieces of steel right there. Those big old bushings. I can't get over a tool at this price range being bushed like that, guys. That is absolutely fantastic. All the adjustability in it, guys. Basically, you've got 3 sides. Well, you've got 2 sides of active clamping with 2 more bearing surfaces, weight-bearing surfaces for clamping, guys. Like I say, I have not had any trouble with it. Now, I've only pushed 1 sight with it, but I had no issues doing it, guys. It was easy taking the factory side off. It was easy putting on the aftermarket side. It was easy to get it centered up. The biggest problem I had with getting it centered up is my eyesight is bad, which had nothing to do with this tool. Now, another feature of this tool, let's swing these arms out of the way. And the edge, the end of each side of these pushers, you have a sight window. And what that allows you to do is look through the sight window at your pusher block to allow you to line your pusher block up on your sight. And, you know, between looking at it from this angle and looking at it from the side, you can line your sights up and push on them without pushing the pusher block into your slide, guys, or being off center for your sights and messing them up. It's got a lot of little great points to it, guys. And just like budget knives in the budget knife arena that are so high quality that you would think they were high-end knives, this tool feels much the same. All right, guys. I'm going to recommend this tool with the caveats that I've listed in this sort of overview. Please, please, for the third time, guys, do not use this tool the first time without putting a shim in between your slide and this clamp screw here, because that plastic cap on the end of it will break. It is cracked. It cracked the first time that I used it, guys, and I got lucky that it held together on the clamping surface and didn't scratch my slide. So I'm passing that along to you guys so you'll know not to scratch your slide even the first time you use it. And you know what? If you just got to take a nickel and wrap it in some electrical tape, then just do that, guys. Throw it in the pouch with this thing and keep it together. It's just such a good little tool to have in your kit, guys. If you are a firearms enthusiast, it won't break the bank. It won't break your back, but it will break some sights loose from a dovetail. And there you go, guys. As always, thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.